Bharatiya Janata Party this morning is in damage control mode after Party General Secretary and senior Rashtriya Swayamsevak Sangh leader Ram Madhav's embarrassing attack on Vice President Hamid Ansari. Ram Madhav first questioned the Vice President's absence at the International Yoga Day at Rajpath yesterday. He tweeted two questions. Did RSC TV that runs on taxpayers' money completely block out Yoga Day event? While President participated, the VP gave a miss ? He later withdrew his tweet and apologized, saying that the Vice President had taken ill. He said, "I'm informed that the Vice President was unwell. I withdraw my tweet. My apologies, because the institution of Vice President deserves respect." However, the Vice President's office issued a statement that Hamid Ansari was not unwell, but that he hadn't been invited for Yoga Day. As per protocol observed on an event where the Prime Minister is the chief guest, Ram Madhav, in a bid to tide over the controversy, has said Yoga Day should not be remembered for the controversy, but should only be remembered for good things. Let's listen in.
See, I want the yoga event to be remembered for millions and millions of people who have participated in it. So I don't want any further controversy and any issue. As far as tweet is concerned, it was withdrawn. The matter closes there, ends there.
The government has clarified, according to protocol, the Vice President could not be invited as an ordinary guest to an event where the chief guest was Prime Minister. Speaking to India Today, Union Ayush Minister Shripad Naik said one should be more responsible on social media.
Yeah, we don't his statement. His apology, such things should not be happen again. Everybody should take care of this. Yeah. किसी कार्यक्रम में प्रधानमंत्री चीफ गेस्ट रहते हैं और प्रोटोकॉल के हिसाब से जो और अंडर प्रेसिडेंस है उसके वाइस प्रेसिडेंट तो उसको प्राइम मिनिस्टर से भी ऊपर है, प्रोटोकॉल से राष्ट्रपति तो इसके ऊपर है, इसलिए जब प्राइम मिनिस्टर रहता है उनको हम बुला नहीं सकते, इनके प्रोटोकॉल परमिट नहीं करता, इसलिए उनको हमने बुलाया नहीं.
These are the people in the BJP. Ram Madhav ji, instead of cancelling his tweet, if he had apologized to the Vice President, would have been better, and the Congress would like him to apologize to the Vice President for coming out with a tweet like that. It shows their divisive nature. Even in yoga, they want to get their divisive nature, propagate their divisive nature, which the Congress is against.
The Congress is on the warpath. RPN Singh says, apologize to the Vice President. He also says this is only an example of the divisive nature of the party. We have two callers with us. We have Balakrishnan and we have Rajesh from Raipur. Rajesh, go ahead. Tell us your take on this entire controversy.
First of all, good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, Rajesh. Go on.
Sir, I feel that if the heart and mind is not clear, if the heart and mind is healthy, it's not worthy to do yoga. And I strongly feel that there is a hidden agenda behind this mega event. You will see later.
Okay. So that's a fair point you're making. I also have Mr. Balakrishnan who joins us from Bangalore. Go on, Mr. Balakrishnan.
Sir, as I understood that, all national TVs and regional TVs have shown this yoga program extensively, except RS TV. Why? RS TV, just RS TV is not Indian TV. So this is controlled by our Vice President. So that is the main problem that has happened this 30.
But that is not true. Rajya Sabha TV has clarified. Rajya Sabha TV said the entire program was shown live. Not only that, there were several other programs on yoga that were also telecast.
They are always against the government, present government. They are discussing, not like Lok Sabha. Lok Sabha is always favoring the.
Okay, but that is not a part of the debate today, Mr. Balakrishnan. We should argue on facts, and facts do not support BJP's Ram Madhav in this case, because Rajya Sabha TV issued a clarification saying that the entire yoga event was broadcast live and there were other programs on yoga that were also telecast. Suman calls us from Chennai, and tell us, Suman, your take on this entire controversy.
2 points, if I may. First, common sense dictates that the President and Vice President would not be invited to attend the Rajpath event as the Prime Minister was a chief guest. And secondly, a yoga event was held in the Rashtrapati Bhavan, which the president participated in. Did the vice president have such an event? If not, why not?
Okay, but you know, the controversy that started out of what Ram Madhav tweeted. Ram Madhav is a very senior BJP leader. He's party general secretary. He is the RSS representative in the party. Should he not have waited for facts before tweeting? That's the question we're asking. We also have Mr. Srinivasan who calls us from Chennai. Welcome to India Today, Mr. Srinivasan. Your take.
Hello.
Yes, Mr. Srinivasan.
Pardon, I'm not able to hear you properly, please.
We'll try and re-establish that line with Mr. Srinivasan. We've lost that line. BJP's Ansari gaffe is our top focus story. Why was the Vice President not there? Is the question that BJP's Ram Madhav asked. I also want to bring in my colleague Smita Sharma for more on this. Smita, this is extremely embarrassing, not just for Ram Madhav, also for the BJP.
Absolutely, Gaurav. This is the reason why when I spoke to Mr. Sripad Nayak a short while ago, who also holds an independent charge as Minister of State for the Ministry of Ayush, which was at the forefront of organizing those Yoga Day celebrations on Rajpath, he absolutely accepted that this was a mistake, that this was embarrassing for the party, and that there are lessons to be learned from this entire incident for all the party officers, party office bearers, two members of parliament, as to how, when you are using social media, you should be much more responsible. But clearly questions are being raised. You know, Mr. Hamid Ansari is somebody who's a practitioner of yoga himself. He has been practicing yoga actually for years. He's also been a career diplomat. And he's somebody who's always shown a lot of enthusiasm when it comes to events. I just heard one of the women callers calling in and asking, why didn't Mr. Ansari organize something at the VP house? Now, clearly, you know, this wasn't supposed to be the case. It wasn't mandatory upon all constitutional heads and upon, of course, all leaders to be actually organizing something at their individual level. The president, of course, did so, and the Prime Minister was the chief guest. And as
Stay with me for a moment. Yes, I want to bring in Mr. Dayamanda Rao, who joins us on the broadcast. Mr. Rao, your take on this controversy. Should Ram Madhav have been more careful?
Yeah, Ram Madhav might have erred, but the media and the secular leaders are talking. If anybody comments on any Muslim candidate, Muslim VIP, all this nonsense is going on, sir.
But then two wrongs don't make a right.
We are very much worried about this. If anybody comments like this, everything media will take all sort of part shots.
Okay, but Mr. Rao, two wrongs do not make a right, and that is something that should be very clear. Ram Madhav is a very senior BJP leader. Mukta joins us from Kerala. Go on, ma'am. Mohan Das also. We have Mr. Mohan Das who joins us from Kerala. Mr. Das, go on.
Yeah. Sir, the non-invitation of is not a very great. Why? There are so many other things the nation wants. Please.
Okay, a communication issue with Mr. Das at this stage. Anil Anand calls us from Delhi. Mr. Anand, go on, your take on this entire controversy.
What Ram Madhav has tweeted is totally baffling. On the one side, BJP has made him his face while interacting and entering into an alliance with People's Democratic Party, which runs absolutely diametrically opposite to what BJP thinks. On the other hand, he has made such unwarranted comments against the Vice President, who is very well known for his progressive approach. I think it is atrocious. This is high time that BJP should check this fringe element and check mediocres like Ram Madhav from being on the forefront.
Okay. Okay, Mr. Vishwanath also with us from Delhi. Go on, Mr. Vishwanath. Should Ram Madhav have been more careful?
Yes, I think it was pretty depressing that a man of that level has chosen his words to say that he is respecting the institution of the Vice President. But he didn't say, I'm apologizing to the Vice President. So even in that, he is splitting hair because he wants to show the difference between the VP's chair and the VP himself, who in this case is without blame. And it's actually one of the Congress people pointed out. I'm not partisan, but he said that it is always in their minds, and that's why it's coming out. And I think that is right. Otherwise, why would it come out? Why would people notice somebody? Why would they say that? It must be something. Something must be troubling them, irking them.
Okay, we have NC Ghai who calls us from Solan in Himachal Pradesh. Mr. Vishwanath in Delhi, of course, making the point that that Ram Madhav's apology also comes with a caveat that it's apologies to the institution of the Vice President and not the person. Mr. Ghai, tell us your views.
Yes, sir.
Go on, Mr. Ghai.
Hello. My view is that the attack on Vice President on this is unwanted.
Okay. Okay, I seem to be losing that line. Colonel Devendra Dhaiya calls us from Gurgaon. Colonel Dhaiya, your take on this controversy, sir?
Yeah, first of all, it is not required. It is a constitutional position, and if they had some doubt, they could have gone back to him. I mean, what is the use of, bringing everything in media? Where was Mr. Madhav is not talking about ex-servicemen holding hunger strike?
Okay.
These are all vote bank politics, nothing else.
As a veteran, you feel that these are vote bank politics. Ram Madhav should have ascertained facts before tweeting about this. He, of course, tweeted an apology on the subject. We have Mr. Srinivasan once again with us from Chennai. Mr. Srinivasan, go on, express your views.
See, Mr. Ram Madhav's comment is unnecessary and uncalled for. It shows the intent of the person and the organization concerned.
Yes.
Yeah.
Spot on there. Unnecessary comments. His point was, Ram Madhav's point, two questions. Did Rajya Sabha TV that runs on taxpayers' money completely block out Yoga Day event? Well, the answer is no, it did not. The president participated. The vice president gave it a miss. The vice president's office said they were not invited. Mr. Shiv Pratap joins us from Mumbai. Go on, Mr. Shiv Pratap, your views on this.
I feel Mr. Madhav's views are pathetic on this issue. He should have got his facts right.
Yes.
And instead of casting aspersions and insinuations, he should have clarified from his own party and his government first.
Absolutely, because Shripad Yesho Naik, as the Ayush minister, made that very clear. The invitation to the vice president did not go out because the chief guest was the prime minister. The president had an event at Rashtrapati Bhavan. Mr. Satyamurthy now joins us from Bengaluru. Mr. Satyamurthy, go on, have your say on this subject.
Hi, Gaurav. Good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon, sir.
Even though I'm a staunch BJP supporter, I think in both the cases of Jan 26 and yesterday, comment about Vice President wasn't appreciated. Before talking, they should think he is the Vice President of the country, get the facts right, and then, people should stop talking or tweeting about it. It's definitely not advisable. I hope...
Yes. You're spot on there. Your view is that Ram Madhav should not have tweeted about this at all. Has that message gone back home remains the big question. The BJP, of course, is red-faced about this. Shripad Yesho Naik, the Ayush minister, went on record to say people need to be more careful on social media. This was a controversy the International Yoga Day could have well done without. Ram Madhav, of course, also clarifying that the International Yoga Day should not be remembered for the controversy, but for the great event that was there. There, of course, 2 world records were also set. The largest number of people, 35,000 plus people, were at Rajpath doing yoga, and members from 84 countries, 84 nationalities were represented at Rajpath. That is what International Yoga Day should be remembered for.